What's up guys, LyonLife here and welcome back to another Atelier Resleriana video. Wow, that is so hard to say. You know, for a second, we're just gonna say Atelier Resna. So much easier than trying to say the full name. I'll just do that for the sake of myself, and my speech impediment is a lot easier. So, Atelier Resna, it is. If you haven't already seen the news yet, Atelier Resna is officially going global. Now, if you're someone like me who's been playing the Japanese version since day one, this is super duper exciting for a lot of us. It really is. We've been hoping for this to happen for quite some time, honestly. We didn't really know if it was gonna happen. Honestly, it's happening a lot quicker than I would have thought. I would have thought we would have had about a year of Resna over in JP, and then they would have seen how that would have been in the market and tested that for at least a year, right? And then afterwards we might come to global. We'll talk about it, we'll see. Bro, we're not even 6 months into the Japanese release, and we're already getting a global announcement that's coming next year. That is insane and incredible, absolutely incredible, and I could not be more excited for it. So I've got the official website pulled up here right now. As you can see, they're playing in the background some cutscenes from the game, which they all look just like this. The cutscenes, the story is so good in Atelier Resna. Like, it's definitely one of the things I'm really excited about. But it says it right here, the latest title in the Atelier series. Now, got a little couple screenshots for Resna and the gang here, some Alchemy screenshots, some overview of the world. At first, I remember seeing this on the JP trailers and really thinking, ooh, this is gonna be an open world. It's not. It's not, but it's fine. I do love the world itself. I like the environments. I like, as far as like the battle goes and everything else. Here we have essentially we kind of had two protagonists, right? The way the story works is you bounce, very much reminiscent of if you've ever played Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, you bounce between Resna and Valeria. For the entirety of the story so far anyway. It's usually like every other chapter type of situation, or in the middle of some chapters they might go back and forth, so you get two perspectives of two storylines between these two characters. So if we get further along down right here, you'll start to see all the characters within the game so far. And I say so far, not all of these are in here, are available right now for like characters you can collect, characters that you can get. But this top row here, for these first 7 right here, or sorry, first 8, my bad math, sorry guys. These are all gonna be the main characters for the Atelier Resna series itself. For this game, for this title, these are all the prospective main characters you'll see throughout the story. And then of course, if you're an Atelier fan, if you played any other titles in the past, then you'll know who a lot of these characters are down here on the bottom. We've got a lot of protagonists from their main games, as well as some side characters from in that game too as well, some supporting characters. And this shocked the hell out of me, especially when we saw the first Japanese trailers, we've even got some, I can't say, they're not spin-off games, they're more so like just like separate titles that Gus put out called Alchemy. Well, we got Vayne and Raze from both of those games. I was really excited to see this because I've never actually played Alchemy, so these two characters are like entirely new and entirely fresh for me. And I imagine there's a lot of people out there who probably haven't played their games, so getting a little bit of story and getting to be able to see a little bit into these characters who are essentially new to me is really cool, and it definitely made me want to go back and play Alchemy 1 and 2. I'm on the quest to get them, but they are not cheap by any means. That is the problem. Like, I've tried, I have absolutely tried. I think for a physical Alchemy 1 and 2 copy, it's probably gonna run me like at least 60-70 bucks, which is annoying, but hey, it is what it is, you know. I paid more for other games in the past, so it is what it is. Going further down here, this is the premise of the story. It says Alchemy was forgotten 150 years ago. Long ago, the kingdom of Lantarna prospered from the blessing of a white comet that passed overhead. The art of harnessing the comet's blessing was called alchemy, and the practitioners of this art were known as alchemists. However, when the comet disappeared and its blessings were no longer available, the use of alchemy gradually declined and was eventually forgotten. The main character, Resna, dreamed of spreading the forgotten art of alchemy to the world again. Her adventures begin as she aims to travel to the world's end, where the source of the miracle is said to lie. That's pretty much the premise of everything. Once you get into the story of the game itself too, they kind of get a little deeper into it and they explain it. So next up right here, we'll look at the game cycle. It says the game cycle is based on familiar elements from the Atelier series, so gathering, synthesis, and battle. The story can be progressed without using stamina, so it'll make you want to keep going, which is really great. I'm super happy that story doesn't cost any stamina, so if you just want to enjoy the game for the story, you absolutely can. You still definitely have to like level up your characters and play the game separate modes, obviously, as far as like leveling up, because the story does get progressively harder as you go along. You can't just experience just the story on its own. It would be nice if they allowed that, maybe sometime in a future update. It's not currently available like that in Japan, but maybe one day we'll just get it to where you could just watch the story. For people that don't want to play gacha games or get into the gambling aspect of everything and just want to enjoy this for a standalone Atelier experience, because this is a main title game. That's the thing. This is a main title game. It's not some spin-off as that just like some side shot thing. They've said it. This is a main title in the series, so this story matters, you know. So it looks like we're gonna, in addition to the home screen changes as the story progresses as well. So it talks about synthesis, gathering, as far as battle as well too. So the first part of it is gathering here. Now, all of us that have played Atelier games before, you're used to gathering, the open world. This is not gonna be that. Unfortunately, the way gathering works in this game, it's more of like a 3D side scroller where she runs. You can do auto for it if you wanted to, but you can also just manually move your character along the set path, and there'll be little orbs or glowing lights or sparkling lights, however you want to put it, and that'll give you a marker for, hey, you can collect an item right here. You'll get a little cutscene for if it's like fishing or if it's like mining, whatever it is, and you'll get whatever materials come along with that. That's how you go about gathering. A lot of your gathering is going to be mostly done from dungeons, which we'll probably take a look at that in another video, most likely, but dungeons is where you mostly are going to be doing your gathering for items for synthesis. Now the next thing is probably one of the more bigger changes for the game, the synthesis process. For synthesis, for synthesis, a lot of us are used to just gathering your items, getting a recipe for an item, and then just as long as you have those items, you're golden, and whatever traits that those items have, you use those to try to figure out what you want to do and how you want to make certain items, right? That's not how this game works, to an extent. Now, materials and items, they still do have traits, those still exist. However, characters help out with synthesis, as you can see in this photo here, with Resna, Aisha, Monica, Shally, and Vayne. So you select whatever item you want to make, and each character gives you a certain trait towards that item that you can potentially make. This is where like the RNG part of it comes in, because it is a gacha game, obviously. This is where that comes in. So you have a good chance or a low chance, depending on what your combination of items and characters are, to get certain traits or to get higher levels of those traits, I should say. So let's say Vayne, for example, off the top of my head, I know he gives like ice resistance or something like that for his gift for synthesis. So you have a chance to get that specific trait on your item, but even a higher level of it. So let's say it's ice resistance +5, you might get the higher level of that, which might be like ice resistance +10. Kind of like that. That's the RNG aspect of it, where you can increase the effects that you get for certain items. But at the end of the day, it's all RNG, unfortunately. There's the 2 characters you choose, and then the item is at the end. That item has certain stats and traits that it gives as well too, alongside the character's gifts. Those are also RNG for whatever you get in that item once you actually make it. It's not my favorite, but I understand it. Like, I understand they had to implement certain systems in this game, because at the end of the day, it is a gacha game. Point blank period, it is what it is, right? But I don't hate it. Once you get used to it and you understand, what I don't like is it's tied to get certain effects. It's tied to whatever characters that you currently have. So if there's a character that has a certain trait or whatever that you want or need for an item, if you haven't pulled for that character, you have no way of getting it. That's probably my first and only like major ick. But again, gacha game, I get it. It is what it is. As far as battle goes, it works like a standard turn-based game. You've got your 5 party members, and you all have 2 to 3 skills, 2 regular skills, and an ultimate ability as well. The ultimates have flashy animations. They're really, really nice though too. A lot of the ults are pretty good. But everyone's got, essentially 2 skills. They each have different effects, and these skills affect the turn order between your characters and the monsters as well that you're fighting, which I'll show a little bit of gameplay here in a second to kind of give you an idea of what combat looks like. And lastly, it talks about training, but this is kind of like your daily grind right here, essentially. We're looking at the pieces, which are basically like character shards, because characters have star ratings. You increase their star rating by getting shards. This is an area to get it. You got your orbs. These are going to be individual stats for your characters. We'll see some of that as well too. Everyone's got like a growth board, or like it's not really a skill tree board or anything like that. It's called the growth board. Everyone's got little nodes on their growth board that require certain materials to level up. You'll see that as well too. I'll probably show it here in a little bit. We've got your EXP dungeon as well. Self-explanatory. You're gonna run your EXP dungeon to get experience and to get candies, which is what you use toward experience as well too. Your power-up dues, these are going to go towards your like artifacts, or if you want to call this your memorias, which are just certain character art cards that you attach to your characters as equipment that have effects and skills and such attached to those as well. Coal is the currency that's used in all the Atelier games, so that's going to be where you go for your money grind if you need to get some money. So last thing I want to get into is going to be the pre-registration. Of course, the game is available on the App Store, Google Play Store. It's even on Steam as well too. So if you don't want to play on your phone or an iOS device or your Android devices, you can play it on Steam, on your PC. We love that, obviously. And then below we have the pre-registration rewards. Now these I'm excited to see. I believe these are the exact same, and I could be wrong, from the JP pre-register release. We've got the 3-star character Verona for free. She's not bad. We get a free SSR Memoria card as well too. Same card we had before from the JP side of things, also good. This is the part I'm not sure about, the Lodestar gems. I don't remember what they were, and maybe I'll find it before we finish the video. I don't remember if they were 1,000 or if it was 3,000. In my mind, I'm almost positive it was 3,000. So seems like we're getting gypped, but who knows? Maybe I could be wrong. If someone sees it, if I don't correct myself on it, someone just correct me down below in the comments. But I'm almost positive we got more than 1,000 gems for the pre-registration rewards. But I'm also upset too is that, and I get it, the JP version didn't do it. I would have just preferred milestone rewards like a lot of other games do, instead of just this basic set like this. Like, sure, this could have been the beginning, maybe the first tier is 1,000 gems, and then later on down the road we get the Memoria and the character Verona for free. I would have loved to see that versus just a standard, here's what you get, take it, you know. But again, free stuff is free. I'm not mad at it, so it is what it is. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already checked out Atelier Resleriana, definitely do so. I'll have all the links to their socials down below, and if you want to keep on seeing some more content for me for the game, definitely like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot for me. This is a game that I really want to lean into. I'm currently playing the JP game as well every single day, so that I'm keeping up with that, so I'll know what's coming in the future as far as terms of content and characters, etc. And of course there's some resources here and there that I'll share down the line too, for people who want to kind of get like a jump start, right? We'll do like a reroll guide, obviously. We'll do a like best character for certain things, whatever ideas that we can come up with for typical, you know, videos and ideas and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, this is a game I really want to lean into for sure. As someone who became an Atelier fan the last like couple of years, from playing Atelier Ryza and then playing some other games down the line as well too for some of the older titles, at this point I'm just deep in it. I'm just deep in it as an Atelier fan, and I am just here for the ride along with everybody else, with everyone else, honestly. Especially coming from someone who played Blue Reflection first, which was like my first introduction to Gus games, and then heading over into the Atelier series. Like, I'm beyond excited. Like I said, this is a game for, honestly, for the fans. If you're a fan of the series as a whole, as a franchise, and all the characters within it, this is a game you can definitely try. It is free to play. It is not going to hurt by any means to try it out and see if you like it. Again, not costing you any money, so there's no lose here, honestly. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. I will see you on the next video. Y'all have a good one. Bye, guys.